powerful. Oh my God, y'all,
So
it's powerful. Y'all
powerful.
got me over here in my emotions. Afua Rose, I'm sorry. Thanks for your patience. And then
No
we got
worries.
A Boogie.
Hi, how you doing, guys?
Hi,
Uncle
how are you? How are you?
I'm
Hi.
well. I'm listening in from London.
Peace, everybody. Okay.
Hiya. It's my first time listening in. A friend of mine just sent me the link, and I'm really, really encouraged by this conversation, and the participation is what struck me as well. I'm a survivor of abuse, of sexual abuse myself. I also run a campaign called the His Time Is Up campaign in London. And it's been gaining a lot of momentum, but it's a very different kind of landscape in London. I see all you guys here really talking quite openly. And for us, it's, you know, Black women are repressed in that regard. Survivors are repressed in London. People speak in silos, in secret. What my campaign does is we name and shame the predators in our community. And I picked up on what the other sister was saying about it's a universal problem. It's a problem of mankind, and it's certainly on the increase. That is so true. But I think one of the reasons that I focus on the Black community is that for so long it's been so hidden in our communities here. And the enablement is just epidemic. You know, mainly the women who vanguard these perpetrators and these predators and pedophiles, and a lot of victim blaming goes on. So I started the platform because we had a character who's had a 40-year reign of terror in the Black community, has reportedly 80 children in a particular part of London, 80, all born to his childhood victims, children who were 11, 12 years old at the time.
Are people this dumb? It's that simple. Whoever committed the crime should be on that registry. Period. That should have been the end of that. He shouldn't have been able to continue this argument for fucking days. Panel to panel. What the fuck? And people looking up on the red. Okay, yeah, look it up one time. Boom, he ain't on there. Oh, that just means that the goddamn, like this said, the registration date ended on his birthday in 2011. Registration end date. What the fuck registration? What registration y'all think they talking about? Registration end date 12/3/2011. He was sentenced to 42 months. The date of the crime was 6/11. Look, 6/11/1998. Look, don't that sound about reasonable? And we don't know what the type of goddamn sexual assault was. We don't know what he did. What happened? Can we get to that, nigga? It wasn't you. We're gonna get to what he said, but since I said it already, it wasn't you, it was another kid, and you said, they said if you just take the rap for it, you just gonna get your ass beat, and that's all you thought was gonna happen. But you end up going to jail. Man, what the fuck is going on? After denying this shit and acting like he don't know what the fuck going on, though, this is what's crazy, y'all.
Yeah, I don't. No. That's what I'm saying, though. That's what I'm saying, though, right? You would stay on that forever. Like, you can't get off that kind of stuff. If you ever on the registry, all right. So I want people, you got my name from Cookie. I want folks to type in my name and see if my name's coming up on some sex offender registry.
Okay. So did you get a traffic ticket in 2021? Huh.
A traffic ticket, what?
Traffic ticket in 2021?
No, I haven't been pulled over in years. No, that's what I'm saying. This stuff is not accurate, and it's not. No, I haven't got pulled over. I haven't got a ticket in a very long time.
And then an aggravated family assault 2013?
No. Last time I've been in jail, it was around 2000. It was like 2012. All right, and they got nothing to do with no sexual assault because I would still be a so-called sex offender right now, right? Because I was at in 2012.
They said how long you was in there?
It was like a few months, like 11 months, man. It wasn't that long.
They said 42 months.
I was never in jail for 42 months. That's damn near how long? 42 months, like 3 years and 6 months.
Keep that in mind, y'all. He just said he was never in jail for 42 months. Keep that in mind when we get to this other panel. I didn't make an edit of this yet. I'm definitely gonna make an edit of this nigga. Lying about these charges, y'all. Let me let this shit play. Listen to, keep in mind everything he's saying, please, y'all, because I don't want to go back and to the time. Well, I might anyway when I play the other shit and go back and play it again. But
that's what I'm saying, though. Like, hold on, everybody. Maybe hold on, maybe.
So who want to get the information? Where the information come from?
Yeah, where the information come from? I don't know where it's coming from. What I'm telling you, Grandmaster Troll, he can go live tonight and dox me and put the same information in. Go to the National Sex Offender Registry and also the Texas Sex Offender Registry. And trust me, if you put my name in out, it's going to either come up or it's not going to come up. So I'm not on no sex offender registry at all. So that's what I'm saying. Who's coming up with these reports about me? The only thing folks got right was, all right, my name and also my mother and stuff like that.
Yeah,
right?
they dox your mom. So
yeah, and you found out that my mother was a professor. So
yeah.
That's what you got right. But like this whole sex offender, when was I ever a sex offender? Now I want people to do this. Now I want Grandmaster Troll, if he gonna go live later tonight, I want him to actually pull it up
later life. He might need to go on, because if somebody can come up and tell me what's going on, somebody in the chat that knows what's up, you need to come up now. Rudy's up here. So let's come on up. If you want me, just email me. I'll bring it up. We can sort this shit out right now. You know? So this is kind of hard allegation, man. This is fucking people.
That's a hell of an allegation. And like I say though, look, let me show you something, right? In the state of Texas, in the state of Texas, if you're a sex offender, it doesn't mean you have to be it for life, but you're gonna be on the actual registry for life. You're not gonna get off the registry. That's what I want the people to do. I want Grandmaster Troll to pull up me being on the registry, because if I'm committing sex assaults at whatever age, right, in my 20s, then I definitely need to still be on it right now. So if I'm not on it, it's because I never committed those sexual assault crimes. I never did. So people saying a little girl, 6 years old, 9 years old, who? And the only reason I'm up here, because I wasn't gonna speak on this until probably later on, but the only reason I'm up here because now people saying that I had a 6-year-old victim.
Yeah, that's what they're saying.
Okay, then so who's the victim?
They got this file here. They got this file here. This police report, whatever. I don't know how they got your police report and shit. Fuck.
That's what I'm saying. That shit right there is not correct, man. I've never been in trouble for no sex crime. Like I say, man, I promise you, come to Texas. Texas do not play games about sex crime, no matter if you're a juvenile or an adult. If you committed any type of sex crime, so you have to register. Even if you get off of it, you still gonna be on the actual website. I mean, I want you guys to do that, man. I want you to do that, man. You got coming here and saying that these people not even from Texas, right? Coming here, Blackground TV. Once you are a sex offender, you are on it for life. You don't have to necessarily be registered for life, but your picture, everything about you will forever be on the actual registry.
Salute. Oh, look is this the real? Nope, this ain't the real person. This is a troll. But let's troll. What's up?
No, it's not a troll.
Oh, you just got a weird name back there, huh?
Yeah.
What's going on?
Why am I being tagged into the post you put up?
When I tag you?
You tagged me the other day.
Right. Hold on. Call on the line. What's on your mind?
I think this is a great topic that you brought up today in regards to the exposure of Rudolph. I wasn't really a fan of his. I thought he was like a loud mouth, always into trouble. But I do agree with what you said on one of your other videos, that the ones that speak the loudest should be kind of researched just to see what they're about. Mm-hmm. And who would have ever thought that this is his background? Mm-hmm. Exactly. And the fact that he's probably in his 30s or 40s and still speaking as if it was nothing, that says a lot. Mm-hmm. Like, how can you say molestation is nothing? Mm-hmm. So to me, it's like a lot of lessons. It's like, to me, from what I got from this particular video is, parents, watch your children. That's right. And if you know they're in areas without supervision, question it. And I felt so happy that the 6-year-old did actually report it. Of everything that was shared today, that was a great thing, that whoever that child was had the courage to go forth and say that something was wrong. Because at 6 years old, they're still innocent, and it's so unfortunate that an act like that was committed. But I do think that, I don't know, like, this should be like re-examined, because if he went through all of this quote unquote rehabilitation in regards to it, how is it at 30/40, however old he is, he's still saying that it was nothing? It was just some touching. It wasn't nothing. Like, that, to me, that speaks volume to who he is. So it's just crazy. And again, I enjoy your content, and I hope that, again, people just looked at that part about watching your children and talking to them when they're in areas without supervision.
That's right. Thank you so much.
That was really good.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Have a great day. Bye. Okay, China, you got it. I'm sorry. Thanks for your patience. What's funny?
I'm just saying, don't tag me. I don't want to be tagged. I hate it when people tag me. I get real annoyed. And I'm like, what the hell they have to do with me? He's a grown man. Don't tag me.
Well, I do. I just said the other day, when I tag people, it's to antagonize them. It's just to troll them. And you guys that's watching, you can see she just admitted that that's what people get that thing. And I was just using that as an example, but that's why I tagged you. And I know you like to protect this guy. So I tagged you. I think it was something like, I think I said something like, ask him to come hit the link or something, right?
So how do I like to protect a grown man that's taller and stronger than me? I'm 5'2". You know what I mean?
Well, when
I'm
you
like a
size doesn't matter when you're having a discussion on a
mm,
virtual platform. So we're
well,
not
that's
talking
not
about physical.
that's
We're
not
not talking about
protecting if I
no,
give
but
out
that's
my opinion.
right, dear. But that's what I'm saying. It's not physical protection. So the size and weight of a person doesn't matter when somebody is speaking. Like when that guy came on the panel and was questioning him about him being arrested for the hair burglary, you interjected yourself to say, well, what does it matter? That's what I mean when I say protection. So if protection is, if
Well,
we have a problem with that word, what word would be convenient to describe what you did at that
well,
moment when that grown man that you say as a certain size was being confronted by another grown man and you interjected yourself. So if protection is a problem, what word could I use so we can continue the conversation?
well, I'll find a word, but when if you go back and listen, he kept repeating over. He sounded drunk. Number one, okay, he was very he just sounded intoxicated, and he kept repeating it. And after Ruth said no, he's not gonna answer it, he kept asking. I'm like, listen, can we move on? That I
But
was
was the details because it didn't happen that way. He was denying that he got locked up for that particular crime, but the guy was saying, "Man, I did a video on it. You did say you got locked up for this." So what you said is not totally valid, but those details aren't important. I was dealing with. I said, I know you bat for Rue. You speak up for him. You take up for him. Protect whatever word, whatever phrase, whatever would be cool. You asked me why I tagged you. That's why, dear. I tagged you because I wanted you to let him know that, hey, man, this nigga should have tagged you in the post. He wants you to hit the link. Because sometimes they act like they don't see me. So I was just answering your question. You got it, dear. Oh, maybe she fell off. I didn't kick her off. Maybe she fell off. But I hope the audience watching, I don't know if protect, if that word was a problem. You guys get what I'm saying, right? When I said that, because the guy was confronting him on something he said he was convicted for. I've tried to hit that boy link several times before these charges. You think he gonna let me on this panel now? You know that's your fuck boy. He's
why do
scared of me.
hold on,
Listen,
wait.
hold up,
When
China.
you
No,
say he's
I'll
my
let you
fuck
talk.
boy,
Let me get mine
okay,
off.
go ahead.
That's your fuck boy, and we know this. And you got to think about this. You hear him telling people he need people to talk to. You supposed to be his homegirl. He don't even trust you enough to have a conversation with you.
Okay, so I mean, listen. When you say fuck boy, what you mean by that?
Here you go. He know.
Hold on. When you say okay, that's rude. Okay, look, when you say fuck boy, what you mean by fuck boy?
He's the type of guy who got these type of charges on his jacket, and he say these things about other people. That's what I mean, fuck boy. He's the type that want to say it was some other older teenagers who did it, and I thought I would just get a whooping if I take ownership and say I did it.
So
That's
maybe
the
you
fuck
guys can
boy.
have the conversation. He's here. I'm gonna
Yes.
drop down. This was
All
the
right.
first time me hitting this link. I'm happy you wasn't rude. I'm happy you wasn't like ZX.
Never.
How happy you wasn't crazy like ZX, dropping and muting me and over talking me and wanting me to spin a narrative. Yes, yeah, I know you listening. You're crazy, nigga. You are crazy. All right, sure. Thanks for having me.
Yes. Have a good one. What's up?
Yo.
What's going on?
Okay, now let me say this, man. I appreciate you for letting me up, man. Now, all right, back when I was 11, 12 years old, I'm not the same person right now. Can you agree with that? Yes or no?
I know. You're not the same person because you're a grown man now, of course. So I wouldn't agree in that aspect. But as far as behavior, no, I can't agree. You attacked my son, calling my son gay based
Okay,
off some
behavior.
other shit somebody else told you off a bullshit picture with some hearts over his head. That also, if they would have further looked at the post, they would have saw these pictures of my son. The same woman he on the goddamn boat with that y'all trying to call my son gay with. See, y'all show the shit y'all want to show. So you being the same person, hell no, nigga. I think you pretty much the same. And the way you talk to women, nah, I don't think you changed. And you ain't owning this shit,
Now
nigga. You trying to put it on some other kids.
No, because that's what happened. How about let me explain that to you exactly what happened, what took place when I was 11?
Go ahead, because I need to.
Because what I'm saying, what I'm saying to you right now is that no one's going to believe what I'm saying, and I've always maintained my innocence, even amongst my parents and even with the family and everybody. But yet, no one cares about that part. So I didn't actually, me, Russell did not commit the actual crime. I did not. But I was in the house. I was around. It was multiple children. I was like one of the younger kids, right? And it was that 6-year-old. That 6-year-old did get violated. That 6-year-old did get violated, but it wasn't by me. It was by one of the other teenagers, man, who was in the actual house. Now, I took the charge. Why? Because I agreed that, okay, I want to be down with you. I want to be down. Let me prove this is my moment to prove to everybody that I can be down. I can shut the fuck up, take this shit on chin, and be a sacrificial lamb, kind of like what I am right now. So that's what took place. If I actually done it, I'd be like, look, man, I did that shit, man, when I was 11. Because it happened in 1997. The 1998 was the disposition when I started the whole probation thing. That's what I'm trying to let everybody know. So it's no me backpedaling. Yes, I did backpedal the first 2 days because the way people was coming at me, I didn't want to ever admit that because of the nature of the actual crime. And yet me knowing deep down I'd never done that, but yet people bring it up. I'm like, okay, well, nah, that wasn't me. But I didn't tell you guys the whole truth. That's the reason why I don't really fuck with my family like that. Because once they told me, all you doing, little bad man, look, man, just say this. And they pretty much was like on some forceful type shit. Like if I don't do it, they gonna fuck around and, you know, come over. They pretty much on some blackmail type shit. So I went along, I said, all right, man, whatever, dog. And I took it. When it got caught up, the kid said, yo. I said, yo. The kid said, yo. What little bad did? And I said, yeah, I did do it. I told my mother, I did do it. Told my daddy, I did do it. And we went from there. It wasn't no DNA kits. It wasn't all that because they didn't have to do that for the kid. They just took me to juvenile a week later. All I know, I'm in school. I'm in second period. The police officer, Officer Wright, came in the actual classroom, told me, hey, Mr. McCarter, or you got Jarrell McCarter. And I came to the door. He took me to the back. Before you know it, I'm in handcuffs on my way to juvenile. That's what's the situation. I took the L for another motherfucking nigga. Now, me, I've been wearing that shit. I'm wearing that shit all my whole life. And that's the reason why I made a vow to myself as I became an older person. And that wasn't me. That I would never in my life take a fall for no other man, let alone stand up for people who I know is trying to put me in a bad situation. Now, sure, back when I was 11, I didn't know no better. I didn't know what they was putting me in. Me trying to be down and accept it is the reason why I took that shit. That's just that simple.
Can I ask you a question, Rude?
What's up? What's up? Talk to me.
Can y'all hear me? Hey, Shug.
I can hear you.
What exactly was the story that was told behind? Did the child say that it was a rape that happened, or did they say that?
No, it wasn't a rape. What happened was somebody, some older.
I didn't ask you what actually happened. I asked you what was said that was happening.
It was said that the child was molested, like the child was fondled, the child was touched on inappropriately. That's what happened.
That's what the child said?
No. That was what the other teenagers said. The person who actually did it, he got caught actually doing the shit. But yet everybody was so protective.
What did the child say? Because the child should have had to be when something like that happened to a child, you know, they have to be basically they have to be, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm sorry, this triggering.
Question,
but basically they have to
period.
they have to be questioned, but then they have to be questioned by like a psychiatric doctor. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not only the child that was victimized, but also the child that's supposed to have done the victimization also. So were you actually questioned or interviewed? Because when you
I was interviewed. No, I was interviewed. I was interviewed.
Okay, so throughout that whole interview process, you kept. What I'm trying to understand is throughout that whole process and knowing that, okay, you have to be interviewed and then the 6-year-old have to be interviewed. You sat there through the whole interview process, and a lot of times they don't just they don't do it just one time. They do it multiple times.
Yeah.
So you mean to tell me that the whole time you just kept saying, yeah, I did it? And
I kept on saying, yeah, I took the fall.
Okay,
I kept on saying I did it.
Even if you took the fall, then how would your story and the 6-year-old story match up? Because I'm pretty sure they're going to ask y'all what happened.
Exactly. So what happened was when the kid was molested, was fondled, was played with, right? That's what I said I did to the kid. To the people who asked me, I said I did it. They didn't really ask the kid too much or nothing because the child was 6.
No, they gonna ask him. No, Rude. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And the only reason that I'm saying it is because I have people in my family that were touched on as little children and know at 6 years old. Now, when you are such a young age to where you can't identify people, but at 6 years old, you can absolutely identify. You can identify your cousins, aunties, uncles, brothers, sisters, next door neighbors by name.
This is how I want to express myself when it comes to this. You guys got the evidence. You guys see exactly what you're seeing. It's just what I want to say then in that case, right? If you guys don't want to believe, you don't have to. But my thing is, this is how I've been dealing with it because I'm not that person. It's going to be my L, man. Whatever I say, man, it's all on me. Just put it on me, man. I got it. We can go from there. Just put everything on me like I've been taking it.
Hey, nah, excuse me real quick. I just want to ask you a question because I've been listening to your story. I'm not salute Suge, man, my fault.
Yeah, it's all
But
good, bro. Go ahead.
but nah, I'm just listening to what you're saying, and you saying that you didn't know what you was doing. Somebody told you to take the rap or whatever the case may be. But my whole
Yeah,
thing is, how old was you when this happened, though, bro?
I was 11.
So why would they allow somebody 11-year-old to take a rap? You wouldn't even know what to do. You wouldn't even you would not no little kid will fess up to something like that.
It's the same. It's the same as me trying to be down, and yeah, it's no different than
Nah,
some
nah,
gang
nah.
members. Oh,
That's
let me
not
show you
no
what I mean.
game. All right.
It's not. We're not talking about no gang shit, but what I'm telling you, it's the same as when some gang members will get a 11 or 12-year-old to commit a murder because it's supposed to be lesser time for them. It won't be no harsher charge on them. That's what it was.
Nah,
Like I
but
said,
that's very rare. That I never even heard of no shit like that, right? That's like a unicorn, fam. And what I'm telling
yeah,
you is this: no, I ain't never seen nobody, especially it'll be an investigation. They do
yeah,
investigations for things way less, and
okay.
and especially for the welfare of a child that's been tampered with. They're not gonna just take the word that you're gonna just come out the blue and say, "Yeah, I did this," and some people are coercing you, and your
Mhm.
parents are not around. What you was an orphan?
Nah, I
You
wasn't
was
no orphan.
raised by.
Nah,
I'm saying, so who was you? You was raised by the people that did the child molestation stuff. I
I
mean,
wasn't.
so
Nah, just me being a dumbass 11-year-old man who wish I knew what I knew now.
but where's your
That's all it come down.
parents though? Where's your
My
brothers
parents, my, now
or
everybody
sisters?
was around. It was just at that moment, we were just unsupervised, man, and that shit
Nah,
went
but
down, man.
it don't happen that quick though, bro. You can't. They can't just say you just take the rap. Like your parents is gonna come and say, "Hey, what's going on?" And a young 11-year-old would tell their parent, like, "Hey, listen, them guys did this." Like you don't have no street mentality at no 11 years old, bro. You still
No,
going to
at
mommy.
11, no, 11, from where I come from, yeah, 11 people, 11-year-olds, they definitely got a street mentality to understand how to take fall
Nah,
for people.
nah,
Now,
man,
now,
nah.
listen, Kinfolk, you got to hear me on this one. You ain't got to believe shit I'm saying. All I'm gonna tell you right now is you can put all this shit on me, man. I'm gonna hold this L like a motherfucker, like I've been doing it for 25 plus years.
Okay, so let me say this since I cracked the
Yo,
code.
go ahead.
Does it explain why you're wearing this mask as an avatar? Because it kind of seemed
No,
like demonic. I'm not saying it right. You guys know what I'm trying to say, but that
okay,
demonic, not demonic, but it's like the sex act thing type of
okay.
mask you wearing. Is that the other personality or entity that you turned into now since
Nah,
all this shit happened?
this really go based on them times I was committing crime and we putting on ski masks, man. So I just kind of like, wear ski masks for the most part. 'Cause that's how we will ski up pretty much, right? And
But
we go do what we
your
do.
ski mask that you chose, which is a Chinese a shiny ski mask, is a sex ski mask, dude. Like if
You talking about the
anyone
ski
that
mask right
goes,
here?
yeah, I mean, I'm keeping it straight 1,000, yo. Since we're trying to
Like it
crack
was just a
these
woman.
codes and
This
crack
is a
heads.
no, this just a woman smoking. She just smoking. Like this is a ski mask you look up
Sure, you know
on
what?
Google.
Sure, you know what I'm referring to, yo. Because
Now,
I know I ain't saying it right. If you go to a sex store online and you look for some toys,
Mhm.
like handcuffs and shit and a whip, this mask is what you're wearing is part of that sex act.
I know what
Is
you're
it?
talking
Okay.
about now. I
Oh,
mean, goddamn.
I'm just saying, yo, because
I
listen,
never.
you guys, he just admitted that he don't want to bring up that other entity. Basically, he's far removed from it. He haven't been properly diagnosed as paranoid schizophrenia, but a lot of stuff had transpired between then and now. So it could be
Okay.
some type of memory lapse. So I'm just trying to, point out this mask you have on. It's a sex mask. I know what the shit look like. I mean, I don't have
Okay.
one, but that's a little freaky. So for you to use that as your avatar,
Mhm.
Hey everybody.
Hey,
Can
how
y'all
you
hear
doing?
me?
Yes.
Hey, I'm good. So I wanted to say a few things that I feel like they haven't really been touched on. Now, China did kind of touch on it a couple nights ago, but I wanted to go further into that. Um, but I have a feeling that people are not going to like what I'm about to say. But I feel like it hasn't really been said. So we know that this space can get very ugly. Like this is not the type of space where you can just be open and honest with people. And that's either because if you do have something in your background, then, that's one reason. Or the other reason is if you just got a little something going for yourself and people don't like something you said, they'll go and try to, mess up your little situation or whatever like that. So this is not like a space where people can really be open and honest like that. Like, we're not among friends. Like, even if you have some friends, they have some really like insidious people out here. But let me just say this situation is very complicated, and it would be complicated even if Rue's story had not changed, right? But I think what people are not, let me get to my point. What people are looking past is, if this is something that happened, let's just say that he's the person that was being talked about, right? Let's just say it was him. Y'all can still hear me, right? Y'all hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, we hear you.
Okay. Now let's just say it was him. This was 1998. So that means that he would have been 11 years old. Now, that is a prepubescent child. That is wrong. That's why this person, whoever this 11-year-old was, that's why they were put into the system. And the fact of the matter is, our society does not throw people away at 11 years old. That's just not something that we've ever done. Nobody under any circumstance would ever advocate for that. So it's like, why are we acting like this is not an 11-year-old that we're talking about? We're not talking about 30. We're not talking about 25. We're not talking about 20. We're not talking about 15. We're talking about 11 years old. So I feel like it's complicated by the fact that Rue has done things to other people, and now, like y'all said, this is catchback. I don't believe in all that doxing people and all that stuff like that. And I feel like if Rue had not participated in that, then he would not be going through this right now. But that's what the system is for. He was held accountable at the age of 11 years old. Whoever it was, right? Whoever it was, that was the purpose of the system. They intervene, they see something is wrong. I'm assuming that some type of counseling was mandated at that point in time. He went through that at an early age because they recognized at the age of 11, your brain is still developing. You may have been exposed to some things that you should not have been exposed to. Therefore, they intervene in so they can put you on the right path. Now, I feel like that site is not reliable. So we don't know what the extent of whatever his crimes are. But I know that that's something, we didn't see any more sexual crimes on there after that point in time. But I could get into why I'm saying that site is not.
He admitted it. We don't have to assume none of that no more. He admitted.
Oh no, what I'm saying is the purpose of intervening when a child commits a crime like that, they're not gonna put them through the same thing that they do to an adult. The whole point is, we're gonna catch this, we're gonna put you through this, and at that point you're gonna come out on the other side and realize what you did wrong, and you hopefully not gonna do it again. Now, we didn't see any sex crimes after that, so I'm just trying to figure out, like, I feel like, why is this being treated as if this was being done by an adult? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what.
So hold up. You just asked a question. No, but you asking us a question, but the courts treated it like that.
Right. It's not us that's treating it like that. It was the court, and this is why.
How can you say that? How can you say
that?
No,
I agree.
Wait,
I agree.
Millennial, you said, "Do I know from experience?" Well, do I know what from experience?
Hold on, no, don't read the chat.
Okay, I'm not gonna read the chat.
Please don't read the chat, because I'm like, I didn't say that.
Okay, because I know that people be trying to start shit in the chat, but
no, don't read the chat.
Yeah, but back to that, like, no, the courts treated it like this, not us.
That's what happened. So you right about that, Shul, and also you too, Miss Sci-Fi. What happened was that I wasn't aware at them ages how I was getting handled. That's why. So I went from the juvenile probation, and then now we over here in some adult shit when I'm 16, and now I'm just going all the way through that. And yet they sugarcoat the shit with me like it was just you gonna just go through these little steps. I didn't realize till I became an adult, a full adult man, what the fuck I was dealing with.
See?
Yo, and so it was 42 months I was on it. I was never in jail. I spent like a week and a half in juvenile, and the rest was on just straight probation. Wait, go ahead.
Okay, because I see a lot of people jumping up, and I just want her to say this. They have a lot of people that go through their whole life molesting people, and they never get held accountable because the people around them are protecting them. So if anything, I'm not gonna now lying about it, not saying whatever the case may be. I'm saying the story has changed right throughout time, but that's something else if you want to talk about that. But I'm not gonna castigate somebody that did something when they was 11 years old, and then they went through a system, and they did after that point in time, they never did it again. Because the reality is, yes, adults do this. Yes, adults are still able to go around the family after doing stuff like this, and nobody checks them. Like if y'all saw that video where that girl confronted some man in her family at a cookout and said he molested her, who held him accountable? So once again, I feel like in this case, now there was some crimes that was committed after that. I'm not gonna, whatever, but I feel like the system did its job in this case, because that's the whole purpose.
Hold on, real quick before I pass the hold up before
I was almost done. I was almost done.
Yeah, but you're going real, you jumping on so many things, and you
it's a lot going on. But yeah, I pretty.
You're saying a whole lot of stuff, and I think you're saying things that people want to respond to. So I'm gonna start off by saying you have the right not to talk about something somebody did in the past. You have that motherfucking right. I said before, I don't know why y'all come up here saying what y'all don't want to do when I'm doing it. You have that right to. And we don't know what another motherfucker did after getting charged with something if they ain't been caught. That's the only time we know about it, is when they've been caught. And when I hear motherfuckers lying and deflecting, my antennas really go the fuck up. Miss Chocolate goddamn Kitty. Both you niggas got charges on your record against kids and shit, nigga. Period. Now, fuck that shit, nigga. Hold up, nigga. No, nigga, wait. Fuck that, nigga. Sit your ass down and shut up and wait, nigga. Because listen, Sug wasn't on them panels. You can't hold that shit with me. I don't sit with none of you weird-ass fucking predators, nigga. All you hoe-ass niggas try to label me, nigga. You want to sit here and try to hold her accountable for being on the panel?
Sure, I'm not gonna be yelling and scream on your shit, bro. I'm just gonna talk.
Well, nigga, you ain't gonna fucking talk over me. Now you're gonna sit your bitch ass in the backstage. I'm trying not to do that because that's gonna give your whole ass an excuse to run. Now I'm gonna see if you can bring because you can't stay from touching these kids.
Why would he run?
Hold the fuck up.
Well, yeah, why would I run? Hold up. Why would I run about this shit? I'm confused. I've been standing.
Listen, we're not gonna do this shit. I'm screaming because you motherfuckers talking over me. We ain't gonna fucking do this shit. We ain't gonna. Let's see if you can hold your hands to yourself, nigga, on this fucking panel while I'm talking, and I won't scream at you. Cause nigga, I wasn't on them panels. You not about to try to twist it. I don't need no ad-libbing ass nigga. I don't need your bitch ass to ad-lib shit, nigga. I said sit down and shut up, nigga.
I'm learning about this whole situation. As a survivor, I just feel like it's trash that people like this even exist. I'm just really finding out over the last few days that he had touched this 6-year-old. And then the other shenanigans, all that shit with Cookie. And I was reading some of the comments. People were saying that he was doxing their daughter. I'm like, what the fuck? Really ain't nothing to talk about. And dude not finna come back. See, and then the deflection. So I'm just saying, like, I'm finna look at everything word for word. And it's finna go down. Like, bro, I don't fuck around with this. I have exposed other YouTubers that are predators. I call them pedomon, and I think they trash and they need to get the fuck out of here playing in people's traumas, thinking shit's a fucking game. And then, oops, I just happen to have made these statements type of shit. It's trash.
Can I respond to what she said? Okay, so
I'm sorry. Yeah, my name is Moonlight. I don't know anyone. I'm just speaking generally.
Okay, Moonlight. Yeah, I don't have a problem with you. No, I just wanted to clarify something. No, I did not come up here and defend any behavior that he partook in as an adult or any behavior that he partook in on his platform, nor do I even know anything about it. In fact, I said that I don't agree with all that doxing stuff. I don't agree with the stuff people do on here to hurt each other. And I've never done that. I never would do that. So what I said was, yes, in relation to the age that he was when this took place, whatever the case may be. So no, I don't. Please don't say I defended anything that he did on his platform as an adult, because I said that if he had not done it, then he wouldn't be in the situation that he's in. So that's all I said about that. So thanks. And as a matter of fact, let me say one more thing.
I don't know. Okay.
Let me say one more thing. Just in general, and this is not really directed at you, but the thing I think people do on here is y'all really want it to be just like one way or the other. You know what I mean? Like, I came up here to give my opinion. Anytime I hit a panel, I'm coming with the counterpoint. I'm coming with what people haven't said. If I'm going to come up and say the same thing that everybody else has been saying, and there's no point in me coming up, that means that y'all said it already. So I said that this is the thing that nobody has mentioned. This is the thing that nobody has really gone into. So you don't have to make it out like I'm the enemy because that's what I said, and what I said was true, and I stand by what I said. So that's really all I have to say about that.
Nobody all expressed the same opinions. Everybody expressed a thing. You just was saying taking little digs, triggering.
No,
things.
I did not take any digs at anybody. I didn't take any digs at anybody.
Like I hate when I say little things and y'all try to cut me off to try to correct it. I mean, I think you know what I'm saying. You know, you were saying stuff like, you don't know, I don't see why y'all treating this like he's this and stuff like
that. Yeah, that's
right.
the truth.
Hold on.
That's true.
All right.
Bitch, where the fuck did you even come from? Because, see, I'm not going to play with your motherfucking ass.
Ma'am, I don't know
Bitch,
you, and I'll tell you one thing. I'm definitely not about to scream and holler with you.
A black
I don't do
motherfucking
that.
screen. Bitch, don't come the fuck over here running no interference for that motherfucking pervert. If you a pervert lover, bitch, own it. Get your stupid ass the fuck out of here, ho.
Yeah, so I don't come up here and scream and holler. I said what I said. That's what I said. So let me know which part you have a problem with.
Pervert lover, shut the fuck up. Go put your lips on a pervert dick, bitch. Don't come up here and suck his dick.
I haven't argued with, I haven't screamed and hollered with anybody on this platform, and you're not about to be the first one.
This ain't
yeah, so
school, ho.
I said what I said.
If you don't like doxing, bitch, get your dick eating ass out of the motherfucking sector, because we dox over here.
First of all, when I said that, I was referring to what Rue did. That's what I was referring to.
Bitch,
I wasn't even referring
over here.
Right, but I wasn't even referring
you in the wrong motherfucking
sex.
No. So Cookie, here's the thing. I came up, I didn't say nothing about you. I gave my opinion on a particular aspect of what was going on. So I'm not sure where you coming from with all this. You don't know me. Not sure why you have a problem with me. I said what I said. So
listen, do you want me to find out who you are? I don't know you, but I can get to know you. Would you like to be in Rue's position? Keep running your mouth, bitch. You don't fucking know me either. Huh?
I don't know you either. Yeah, I don't know you. You're right about that. I don't know you.
And we can get acquainted. We can resolve that right there. Say no more. Say no more.
Okay, Cookie, I don't know you. I mean, what? I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay. So I think what you guys got in common.
You don't know no motherfucking body, but you running your ass around here.
So what did I say about you that you have a problem with?
Your motherfucking tongue. You don't know no fucking body, bitch.
So what did I say about you that you have a problem with?
Do you know the pedophile that you came before?
Wait, so tell me, no. Tell me this. How is a crime committed by a prepubescent child pedophilia? Can you tell me that? Can you tell me that?
Defending a fucking
person. Ma'am, are you serious?
Can you tell me that?
Ma'am, did you just ask that question, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. The question was, she a raggedy asshole. I'm going to repeat the question. She a raggedy ass bitch. Okay, so do y'all want me to repeat the question or not?
Yeah, please do.
No, we don't give a fuck, bitch. Okay, so y'all don't want me to repeat the question.
I'm sorry. Yes, please repeat.
Okay, so I'm going to repeat the question.
Bitch, repeat that dumbass question.
Okay, well, first of all, like I said, I'm not about to scream and holler with nobody. I said I'm not about to scream and holler with nobody. So if y'all don't want me to repeat the question, I'll just go ahead and jump down.
Go back over there and lick Rue rusty balls, bitch. That's all you gotta do.
Nah, let me talk to her. Yo.
Interference, bitch.
Nah,
you can't talk over our head. Fuck that etiquette, bitch. You running around here with a gutter snipe ass nigga. Don't come over here like
hold on.
Sitting on a goddamn prize piece of pussy.
Hold on.
Listen, ma'am, don't cut me the fuck off. I don't know you, but don't cut me off.
I don't know you either.
Don't cut me off, lady. I don't know you.
Hold on, let her go.
Listen, okay. Well, listen, you couldn't handle the bitch. You got this bitch up here G-checking you. Get your G the fuck up.
I'm not G-checking nobody, so yeah, no.
You letting this bitch G-check you.
No, I'm not G-checking anybody.
Don't cut me off, Sug. Don't cut me off, Sug.
Because I don't want this to go in no direction it don't need to go in.
Yeah, but we gotta be respectful. The fuck on this platform.
Right.
I don't know any fucking body on this platform. Respectful to everybody.
Respectful to who, bitch?
Fucking respectful to everybody on this platform. So you can't just be fucking talking to nobody else fucking talk.
I did.
Yes, the fuck you can. Yes, the fuck you can.
I did.
Yo, so I'm gonna fucking say
the fuck out of here. Get these hoes the fuck out of here.
You don't fucking know me either. Back the fuck up. What the fuck? You think somebody can't say shit?
I got the New York accent. I'm gonna talk to you.
You better be scared of me.
Bitch, I'm burning
I don't know you fucking bitch. I don't give a fuck what you got.
What the fuck you got going the fuck on, bitch?
Bitch, you fucking with the wrong fucking one.
You fucking, I got him.
Relax.
I don't know who the fuck you are.
Oh, relax, baby, please. Relax. Relax. Y'all get letting the emotions go too high. Chocolate Kitty is getting what she wants. The topic
So how am I getting what I want?
I knew that was that dumbass bitch. Bitch, drop down. You say dumb shit all the time. Get the fuck gone, bitch. Leave.
BWS, you a
dumbass
pathological
bitch.
liar.
You
You're a
dumbass bitch.
pathological liar.
Get
I don't
gone,
have
hoe.
nothing to say
Get
to you,
gone, hoe.
so you don't
up
have
here
nothing to
caping
do
for a
with
nigga
this.
that touch kids. Bye, bitch. Let him.
Listen, y'all, let her expose herself. Y'all can eat her
Expose
alive.
myself.
Yes.
Expose myself as what?
Wait,
Can I say
A
something?
predator, bitch. The fuck?
Yeah, expose yourself. Expose yourself as
You the
Lucas
type of
being
bitch that would let a
right
motherfucking
now.
predator touch your kids, bitch.
I
That
don't
part,
have
bitch.
kids, ma'am, and I don't
Well,
entertain.
good,
I don't
bitch. Do you
entertain
let people
any
touch
type
your
of
nieces and
niggas.
nephews,
Okay,
bitch?
that's not something I do.
That ain't what it seemed like in this motherfucker.
Well, that's because you don't know me. So yeah.
I don't want to know you either, bitch.
And
You
I
ain't
don't
talking
I
about
don't even
shit.
know who the fuck I'm talking to right now. Like, why do y'all
You
have a
don't
problem
know
with
who-
people's
you don't
fucking
know the
opinion? Like,
pedophile that
I
you're
did not come up
You
and
don't
say
know the
anything
sex
negative
offender that
against
you're
anybody
defending,
on
but
here.
you're up
What
here-
I
but
said
you're
is
up
that
here
y'all not taking
arguing,
into
but
account
you're
the fact
up
that
here caping, but you
okay.
don't know him either. You don't know him either. Did you
You're
know
right.
his
I
name?
don't know him. I'm
Did you
speaking
know
on the
his
fact
name
that there was
before
an
I made it
11-year-old
public? Did you know
child.
his
That's what I'm
name?
speaking on.
But even if
You
he
did- you
was
don't know him
molested,
either.
bitch,
The
he's
first
still a
thing,
predator.
Cookie, the first thing that I
He's still a
said.
motherfucking predator
All
if he
right,
touched other
so
kids, bitch. The fuck? We don't cape for them type of bitches, nigga.
okay,
What's
so
wrong
can
with
you
you,
repeat? I'm
bitch?
sorry. Can you repeat that again? I didn't hear what you said.
I said if he was a motherfucking kid and he molested another kid, I don't give a fuck, bitch. How about that?
So did I say that was okay?
But you coming up here, I'm just trying to give a different perspective, bitch. No, you just caping for a pedophile, bitch.
No,
Make it make sense.
okay, so can I respond to that? Are you gonna keep talking or can I
Yeah, you
respond to
can
that?
respond, and when you're done responding, I like to ask a question if I can.
Sure, you can. So, like I said, the first thing I said when I came up here is that this space is ugly, and I said that he shouldn't have done what he did. I don't believe in doxing people and like that shit like that. And if he would have never doxed Cookie, that this shit would never even be taking place right now. But with that being said, why is it that we acting like society, any part of society, throws people away at the age of 11 when people go their whole fucking lives being protected by the damn community? Y'all mad because somebody got checked at the age of 11. They got put through whatever program that they got put through at the age of 11. They did not commit no sex crimes after that. Can we talk about that aspect of it?
Black men walk away
That's
from
what I
their
said.
kids and never see them again.
I would like
They
to
impregnate
say
women
something.
and and keep it pushing and never see their kids. They don't take care of their kids.
Oh,
they don't
ma'am,
spend no time with their kids.
I promise you,
They
I
leave
don't
the
love
mothers
these
single
niggas.
mothers.
If
At
you
the
knew
end of the
anything
day,
about me, ma'am, you would know I do
here's the
not
whole thing.
love
don't
these
wanna-
niggas.
Listen,
But
here's
the way
whole
you
thing.
just sounded,
I don't love these
like
niggas.
the way you sounded, you just didn't have any type of conversation for the child, the victim, though.
That is not. I didn't say anything
but
in that
I'm
regard,
not
ma'am.
hearing that, and I'm gonna get off this panel because I'm done said.
I sure didn't give that impression or say anything like that.
Yeah, but when you say that, ma'am, because I don't, like I said, I don't know the players here, but when you say that, and you don't have no extra conversation, no other sentences in your delivery for the child, the victim, it makes
that is very unfortunate what happened to that victim. I
You
didn't say anything
you can't keep cutting people off and you say you don't want to argue over people. Now come on, now let her talk. Not
I
you,
apologize.
Moonlight. I'm
Continue.
talking. Yes, Chuck, let her talk.
Yo, I waited long just to say two fucking
Right.
things, and now you're talking over me and shit. And we was the one talking to begin with. I'm trying to show you how decrepit you kind of sounded.
Okay, well, I apologize. Continue.
For a woman, though, for a woman, ma'am, that shit that's coming out your mouth don't sound good. And I just need you to really take a stack after you get off this panel, rewind, and hear yourself. This shit is really, it's sad. Okay, for a little child, whether it be a boy or a girl, to get abused, and we just talk over it, and we talk to the predator and not the victim. That's some sad shit, ma'am. That's all I'm saying. And it makes you seem like you grandstanding for this man. This man, well, from what I'm hearing, continues as an adult to commit crimes. So what's up with his character, ma'am?
Are you asking me a question?
Yes, ma'am. Before I head out.
Okay, so yeah, I said so. What I said.
Don't leave.
Yeah, so what I said is that the way people conduct themselves, including the way he conducts himself on this platform, is wrong. So yeah, I said that already. So
could you say something about the victim, the 6-year-old?
It's very unfortunate what happened to that child. And yes, I agree with what you said earlier. People need to supervise children better. I agree with that.
And so where's this dude at that you roll with? Where's this dude at that you roll with that's doxing all these other women up here?
I didn't know anything about that. That happened before I even got on this platform.
Talking all these shit about these other women out here. They're
Who talk shit about women?
Under, and he's the one that actually been doing the deed, man. Where he
Wait,
at?
so who talks shit about women?
The dude that was up here, this rude dude that everybody talking about.
Okay, yeah, so I said that was wrong, but that also happened before I got on this platform.
Can you understand why that's a
big
deal?
But bitch, you came in a game talking about other black women out the gate, bitch. I ain't even fucking know you.
I did not talk about
bitch,
any other. Which black women did I talk about?
That's what you do,
did I talk about?
You did it to me. What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Okay, so
you sit over there.
If y'all want to drop that panel and we can talk about that, so you want me to have a conversation with you about your situation? You know your situation. Now you're trying to deflect. So I'm supposed to have an argument with you about all the shit that you got going on?
Do I know you? You even told Sug you did not know me. You told Sug you didn't know me, bitch. Okay, so why you got so much to say then? Take your new ass somewhere else, ho. Take your new ass somewhere else. We know this nigga, you dumbass bitch.
Right. I didn't speak. Only thing I said about what he did on this platform is that it was wrong. So I'm not sure what you saying.
Down taking notes, you dummy. You dummy.
I said what he did was wrong. So you can't try to put nothing else on me besides that.
Bitch, you look stupid as fuck. You look dumb as fuck.
Okay, so why am I dumb as fuck?
Why are you dumb?
Why am I dumb as fuck?
Lay it out. Let's start with number one. You're dumb. You're dumb because you're up here trying to explain away pedophiles. You're dumb for that. You're not only dumb for that. You're not only dumb for that. I no longer trust you around children. Okay, so you're really fucked up. You ain't just dumb.
Okay, so just let me know when and if you want me to respond.
No, I don't want you to respond. I don't care to hear nothing you got to say. Bitch, everything
you can just say whatever the fuck you want to say. But when y'all go back and y'all repeat shit, make sure y'all play the clip of what I actually said, because y'all like to make shit up.
You're deflecting. We want to talk about Ruth Dent. We want to educate the audience. Why don't you leave?
Go ahead and channel. The lady said something else about what I said. She misquoted me. I came up and clarified what I actually said.
No, goodbye. Goodbye. Can we get back to Ruth?
Definitely wasn't no clarification.
So what more do I need to clarify? If anybody need me to clarify anything I said, then I can clarify it. If not, I can jump down.
Chocolate was that Mimi?
It seemed like you haven't been listening to what's really been going on. Like first of all, when you came up here and said why y'all talking about it like it wasn't an 11-year-old child, then obviously obviously you don't know Rude, because even though he did that when he was 11, you acting like you don't see how he act with women on YouTube. That's why it's a big deal.
Okay, so guess what?
That's why it's a big deal, because how he still acts today.
Guess what? Before you came up here, I said that I found out what he did, and the result of him getting doxxed is a result of him doxing another woman. I said that was wrong. Why does everybody keep going past that? Happened before I was on this platform.
I'm not talking about the doxing. I'm talking about you asking a specific. You said specifically that we were talking about him committing sexual assault.
That's what I'm talking about.
No, you're not.
Yeah. So why y'all trying to put all this other stuff in it?
Him getting doxxed had nothing to do with that.
I did not say that.
Cares about being
talking about doxing. Nobody care about that. What I'm saying.
Okay, so what? Okay,
what I'm saying.
I'm confused as to what the problem is.
Because of what you said.
What's wrong? What's wrong with what I said? Please let me know what's wrong with what I said.
What you said was we're not treating this like we're not talking about something that happened with the 11-year-old child.
Yes, I said that. So what's wrong with that?
I wanted to respond to that. You seem to not be aware of the fact that we have all up here been doxxed and we've doxxed others. Girl, don't nobody give a fuck about that. You need to go so we can get back to what we saying.
And the thing is, I can go. I already said what I said. Like I said, I wanted to clarify when somebody misquoted me. But
so can you get out the way now?
I'm done. If nobody else don't have a problem, then that's fine. I can go. I don't want to be up here in the midst of all this.
Forever into eternity, bitch. Nobody likes you from now on. Get gone.
I don't know you. Like, I did not come up here to talk to you. I came up here to clarify when somebody misquoted me. You don't know me. I don't know why the fuck you even talking to me.
All you bitches been doing is getting in the way. all you bitches been doing is getting in the way. We here to talk about rules.
So anyway, hopefully
Yeah,
I
so leave.
clarified what
You
was
being
misquoted that I
Can I
said.
finish saying
Okay,
what I was
so
Oh my
saying?
God.
if there's, I'm all right. Bye, y'all.
Can
Y'all
I
enjoy
finish
the rest
saying
of
what I
y'all
was
panel.
Yeah,
saying?
leave, bitch. Bye.
Hello,
Let
before you
Jeanette
go.
get in there. Jeanette,
Can
you
I
got
finish?
something to say?
I didn't
I
finish saying what I
actually
was
do, but
saying.
everybody keeps yelling.
Go ahead. You
I
got
didn't
it
get
right
to
now.
finish my thought.
If can I
Yeah,
start
let
my
Jeanette
thought?
get in there. Go ahead, Jeanette.
I just popped up for a second. Somebody on the panel said, "How can a prepubescent child be a predator?" And
That's not what I said. So you
okay,
are you saying what I said? Are you quoting me?
Chocolate, stop.
Oh, because don't misquote me. That's all.
Be quiet.
Just don't lie on me.
That's okay. That's what I heard, but I want to finish
No,
my
so do you want me
comment.
to repeat what I said?
would like to.
We could either
I
run
would
the tape
like,
back,
ma'am.
or we.
Let her talk.
Ma'am, I would like to finish my comment.
So don't lie.
I actually worked in a group home with children that were predators for years, and we took them from the age of 11 to 18. And some of these kids were all wards of the court, and they committed crimes, and there's no cure for a predator as of now still. So I don't know how she. That's what I heard. And
okay, so can you want to say back?
Children can be
finished.
predators. Children are predators, and children are placed in placements now in regular neighborhoods that are predators. And
Okay.
that's all I came up here to tell you.
Okay, so you argue against something that I did not say. All right.
I'm just say what you said, because that's what I heard, and that's what a lot of people heard, and that's why they're yelling at you right now.
I said, how can a crime, that's what I said, a crime, a morally wrong act that's against the law committed by a prepubescent child against another child, how can that be pedophilia? That's what I said.
Girl,
that's what I said. I didn't say it wasn't wrong. I didn't say it wasn't a crime. I didn't say it wasn't an indication that something's very fucking wrong. I said it's not pedophilia. That's what I said.
It is pedophilia, ma'am. It is pedophilia, and it's
is attraction by an adult to a child.
It is pedophilia. It starts very young sometimes, and it's identified as that.
Down. Can you read what I put in the back
there
chat?
is no cure. Many times, those children that I would start working with would end up in the adult system most of the time. So I don't think I don't know if you understand that.
Okay, so pedophilia is attraction by an adult to a prepubescent child. So if we talking about two prepubescent children, at no point did I say that wasn't wrong. It was very wrong, and it's indicative of something being wrong in the household.
A 6-year-old is not a prepubescent child, ma'am.
Wait,
a 6-year-old is not a prepubescent child.
Ma'am, a 6-year-old is prepubescent.
Do you
and an
know
11-year-old is
children have been
prepubescent.
molested and didn't touch no other
Okay,
child?
so why do you think the age went from him being 12 years old when it happened? First of all, it doesn't necessarily specify that he was a juvenile when it happens. See, that's wait a minute, ma'am. Don't cut me off.
Okay.
Has anybody verified that he was the age that he was when it happened?
I mean, no,
yeah,
but
well, based off the year the crime was committed and the conviction, 88, 89. So he had to be 11 or 12 because he was born in 85. I mean,
December.
I'm sorry, I got it wrong. Yeah.
Okay. So the other thing is, this lady keeps, ma'am, you keep typing the same thing in the chat. This is not a therapeutic session in the event that somebody has been violated. See, because what you're implying, it's not that there's some truth in what you're saying, that children, when they're molested, that they act out that way. But the fact of the matter is, this is not a child. This is a grown-ass man. Nobody's here to provide therapy. In the event that he was traumatized, the same way the women whose sexual traumas he played in had to go through therapy and counseling, that would then be his responsibility. It's not our job to give him counseling or to give him therapy. If you want to show compassion for a juvenile sexual predator, you have a woman on the panel that just said that she worked in the facility with juvenile sex offenders and that there is no cure for it. What Chocolate wanted to say before she had to go back to work, what Slim Duncan said was that, I'm going to jump down. What I was going to say was that the biggest issue is he's now a grown man that still has predatory behavior. So again, you type that in the chat multiple times, because the first time you typed it, I tried to get Suge's attention. This is not therapy for rude. This is YouTube.
All children grow into adults, and the fact is most pedophiles I've been identified or know it within themselves when they are young. It's not just something they wake up as an adult and say, I'm going to be a pedophile today. There's no cure for it.
And that may be true. That may be true. I'm not saying that that's not true, because I'm not a childhood psychologist. I don't work with children that commit those kind of crimes.
You can read and find out, ma'am.
Okay, and guess what? I will read and find out.
Teach yourself a little
yes,
bit
ma'am,
more
I will do that.
You,
I will
do
that
person, because based on his background as an adult as well, he's really, I mean, his moves is really, it's dark.
Okay, all I really wanted to.
It hasn't changed, because what about the charge of the assault on the family member?
Well,
so it's still a person that's engaging. You got a person that's engaging as a minor in sexually predatory behaviors, and as they advance into adulthood, they're being predatory on family members. There's a charge for for committing an act of violence against a family member.
Yeah, that's true. But one thing I didn't see, and I said this earlier, I said, now that site is not reliable.
I don't care what else you didn't see.
Okay, so you don't want me to respond then? Okay, you're just gonna tell me
again, because in my opinion, you're trying to make excuses for the one charge. We're not even here. We're not even really discussing all of his other charges. Exactly. I made the correlation because there's a correlation between the domestic violence against the family member, with which there was a charge, right? After the charge, or after the sex offense. It's still a sex offender. Here's the thing. If he wasn't a sex offender, it wouldn't be on the website that's there to protect children.
Okay.
Because it happened when he was it happened when he was a juvenile. How do you think that website got how do you think they got that record? Why do you think that record is readily available if the person committed the act when they was when they were juvenile? Most juvenile records are sealed.
Now, that's exactly what I was going to speak on. That's what I was going to speak on. What I heard somebody say, Danini, what she said last night, and I don't know how true this is, because I don't know about all that, but she basically said that the record would have been sealed when he turned 18, but the reason why it was unsealed is because he subsequently got a felony. So what I was gonna say about that is, and that kind of proves my point, which is that, and then you could say it proves your point as well. But my point, only point that I was making is, there's a reason that stuff, when you commit a crime at that age, there's a reason that it's dealt with in that type of way, because they don't want to mark you for the rest of your life, and that's not really something that's good for society. And they did deal with it.
Please let me finish. He was incarcerated for 48 months for it.
Okay, so
they did deal with it.
Okay, so that's exactly my point. But what I can't.
Has he admitted that part? Has he admitted that there was jail time associated with it? That it was serious enough for them to charge him with a felony?
Let me know whenever I can respond, because that's all I'm trying to do.
Right here, stop! You gonna start arguments with that? Come on now, Jesus! I'm sorry, y'all. Go ahead.
Okay,
so not all children that are touched do go on to touch other children, and that's something that I wanted to make clear too before I drop down, because there are victims out there that don't perpetrate on other people, so they just don't know why in the brain that with some people they end up perpetrating.
Okay.
Yeah, if they knew, they would be able to stop it, but they don't.
Okay, so what I was saying is that I said, and the reason why I said the site was unreliable, that wasn't to say that what y'all see on him didn't happen. That's not what I was saying. I was saying that I know that it's unreliable in the fact that stuff that actually happened is not on there, and stuff that didn't happen.
But that has nothing to do with nothing.
No, please.
Ain't no need to say that.
If you would let me make my.
Ain't no need to say that.
Share the screen for a second. It'll provide clarity on it.
Yeah, but okay, I'm definitely about to share it. But it definitely ain't no need to even explain that if you're not trying to say it ain't reliable relating to him. Who gives a fuck about that shit you talking about with somebody else's records. It's accurate with his.
You know,
Lady, I have his record.
I
Do you
said the
see
whole
that?
reason I
This is
said
from the
that.
state. This is from the state of Texas. Do you see the county seal? I have his records.
Okay.
You
All right.
can go through all of the motions that you want to go through.
Ma'am, I was not saying that as an excuse. I was saying there could
No,
be
you were
stuff that
trying
we're
to
not
discredit the
seeing. That's
website.
literally the point I was trying to make. Y'all keep
Okay.
cutting me off.
Okay, because it's irrelevant.
It's not irrelevant. I'm saying hypothetically, he could have committed crimes that's not on there. That's literally that's what I'm saying. That's the
Okay,
caveat.
but guess what?
But I'm
He
saying,
said, guess what? He said
all right.
he said he got crimes.
I ain't gonna say nothing else because y'all just.
You damn right, you ain't, because you removed now. You damn right. Listen, he said he got crimes that wasn't on there. Okay, and he confessed to the shit that we showed already. So you saying the site may not, whatever, being accurate, it don't got nothing to do with the conversation.
You really not getting what I'm saying. Like, and the reason why you're not getting what I'm saying is because you're not letting me finish. And I really wasn't talking that long. The whole point I was making is we don't know if that's everything that he's actually done. That's the point I was making. But based on what we see, that is the only sex crime that's on there. What does that mean? That means that I'm thankful that he was caught at that point in time, assuming that it was him that did it, and that he was held accountable. And that's the whole purpose of that.
Right. Now
Because
fast forward to how he
mind
acting
is
now.
still malleable, and you can catch that and prevent them from doing things like that in the future. And that was my understanding of it. Now, the lady came up and said that that's not curable. I will look into that and see if that's the case. But as my understanding is that a child's mind is still malleable. That's it.
Okay. That's your understanding. The court.
Yes, that's my understanding of it.
Court feel different though.
And how is
Who
he
feels
acting
different?
as
Who feels
an
different?
adult?
The court don't feel different. That's why they sealed it.
Right. How
The
has he
court do
acted
feel
as an
different
adult?
because he was charged for the crime. What you talking about?
Yeah, exactly. They supposed to do that.
Right.
I didn't say that they supposed to let him get away with it. And according to his record, which I said might not be complete, but according to his record, there was no more sex crimes on there. That's what I said. Y'all try to turn it into something else.
But guess what? His YouTube record don't validate there's no.
And guess what? I say he was wrong, but I did not see.
His YouTube record don't reflect that there's no more behavior. So, like I said, just because people don't get caught doing something, that don't mean it doesn't happen.
Exactly, Uncle Sug.
And when you watch how he talk and act and play in people's trauma, JV explained, damn, man, you said how much that hurt and that you would never want to be going through that. But why would you play in somebody else's trauma? See, Miss Kitty, he don't have to be, he ain't around no goddamn kids, number one. Can't nobody let him around. He can't be around his own fucking kid. You want to get all the way into that shit? Huh? You want to get into those things? He ain't around no kids to touch.
Yeah, I don't know these people.
So guess what he do? He online saying it's sexually explicit things. That same fucking behavior.
It speaks to his pathology.
Okay, but do y'all see how like I came in?
So, ma'am, he's an adult. But
yeah, you're right about that.
Why is he still committing all of these crimes and?
Oh no, I'm not gonna say. I don't know. I don't know. Whatever the crimes that was on there, that's wrong. You didn't hear me say nothing about that. Like that's what I'm saying. Why are you acting like I defended that?
The reason why I'm asking is because you said that as a child you were happy that a child's mind is bendable and malleable.
Yes, I'm very happy that there's no more sex crimes on it. Nobody else was violent. I'm very happy about that.
I'm sorry.
Dr. Kitty, I want to ask you a question.
Sure.
What do you think so many different people is objecting to what you said to? Can you answer that question?
Because
let me tell you what you're doing.
Well, tell me.
You keep repeating the things we agree with.
That's exactly and that was my point.
But you're not repeating
the part that you agree with.
You're not repeating the shit you saying. When we shut the dumb shit down, you say you go
back. What part do you disagree with? What part do you disagree with?
Man, this bitch is gone now. Fuck this hoe.
I'm confused because I'm trying to figure out what was she even windmilling for.
What time to deal with, bitch? Get your motherfucking ass out of here. I cuss your motherfucking ass out too. I told you ad-libbing assholes. I don't need y'all doing that shit while the fuck I'm talking. All that fake ass bullshit. So what you want me to do? Okay, so but bitch, you ain't got to do all that shit when I'm trying to get my motherfucking words out. I said several times what the fuck. I kept asking you. Nobody disagreed with the fuck you said. I think it's glad that he was. This bitch kept trying to repeat the same fucking shit. Bitch, I didn't object to that. You ended with some bullshit.
These are his father's charges. But we know the difference between what his father was charged with, because him and his father literally have the same name. He's a junior and his father's a senior. So when you comparing the dates, you got to make sure that you're not confusing a charge that his father got with him. So he can play whatever kind of games he wants to. Again, everybody ran around. Oh, it's just kids being curious. Okay, do you know whether or not it was a male or a female child that he assaulted? That he's accused of assaulting? That he was charged with assaulting sexually? It doesn't matter what y'all motherfuckers say. The court in Texas determined it was a fucking criminal act. Y'all hold everybody else to a fucking standard when it comes to their criminal charges. It's not a motherfucker for me, Black Woman's Fair, Queen's Throne, Sug, none of us that have been doxxed. Did anybody go through all of that? Y'all weren't researching websites to make sure it was accurate fucking information. Have you found out whether or not it was a male or female child? For those motherfuckers that try to make it seem like, oh, it's just children. Guess what? The state of Texas said, no, it's not just a 12-year-old or an 11-year-old fondling a 6-year-old. The state of Texas said, is it a felonious act? They didn't charge him with some misdemeanor crime. Based on the specifics of the case, they said that he should be charged at 12 years old with a friggin' felony.
That's it right there.
That's right. And that's the problem. And she's trying to overlook. She keep repeating all that other bullshit, but won't repeat that. I don't see why everybody treating it like this. Motherfucker, the court's treating it like that. What the fuck is you talking about? He was charged with aggravated sexual assault. That mean, man, listen. Man, don't make me go, man.
So it wasn't just no petting. It must have been something very devious. It wasn't just petting and curiosity.
Thank you.
For it to be aggravated, and it says specifically, even though he was 12, it says against a child. That means that they didn't consider him. They damn near charged him as an adult at 12 years old. They can get specific about everything else, but you don't see them breaking down those details.
Choco Kitty, I don't know why I brought you back, because I know you on some bullshit, but
I don't think I'm on bullshit. I just think that
no, because your eyes is not open, ma'am, and people are dropping receipts left and right, and you just continue to be blind and making excuses.
No, I'm not blind to anything.
It sounds like it.
No, so what I said was when I said that they realized that a child's mind is malleable, that doesn't mean that the child is not supposed to be held accountable. What I meant by that is that they put I don't know. I guess they put them.
You're not about to keep coming up here repeating and explaining shit that nobody disagreeing with you doing the same shit.
I just feel like you misquoted me. That's why I came back up.
No, ain't nobody misquote you.
No, you said that.
That's not. I didn't say nothing about that. No, you said I don't see why y'all treating this like whatever the fuck else you said. I ain't about to play these motherfucking games with you. Like I said, I don't know why I brought you back.
All of us in our family may have one or two people that are known to molest children. Me and on my father's side, I found out 2 of my uncles is a child molester. Like they were Chester, the child molester, as a teenager with my aunties and them. They told me, crying. They're telling me this shit. And I'm like, it's blowing me away. But I'm like, that's my fucking uncle. What do you mean he touched you when y'all was a teenager? And what happened? Well, my grandmother just was one of those who had the same attitude. Well, that's your brother. I talked to him. No, this shit ain't right. Finally, in this case that what brought us all together on this show, thank God, someone in his family would not tolerate it. So that's why he got a criminal record. We need to break the paralyzed silence when it comes to this type of abuse. Not to mention the boy that he was molesting might be gay to this day because of what he did.
Yeah, ruining a child. I mean, just broke a child.
That's why I said they always put emphasis on, well, it was a female. No, there are women that have that happen to their sons. See,
Yes.
they make the assumption that, oh, the daughters, you have to protect the daughters, but you have to protect your sons too. Because I talk on this very platform. I have talked to other men that have been violated in that way when they were children. I know men in real life that were violated by family members.
Yeah, that's true. I do too. Mm-hmm.
And they were males. They were not. They're not. All of their victims are not. Even when it comes to one of the first people to victimize R. Kelly, that wasn't a woman, that was a man. That was a man in the neighborhood, and his mother, his brother on that documentary, Surviving R. Kelly. When the interview, if you watch the interview with his brother, what his brother said was that it was a neighborhood guy, everybody hung out at his house. And, he would give the kids candy, typical grooming stuff. We as adults know that it's grooming, but children just think it's a cool place to go hang out, and they would go there and the guy exposed himself to them. That's what it started out as.
See,
and it just progressed on to more. He actually basically digitally penetrated the brother.
Mm-hmm.
And the brother told that. And what happened was, he said some guys in the neighborhood beat him up, and he got arrested. And what happened was, his mother was paid $500 not to prosecute him.
See,
so the person that, basically the person that was supposed to protect him, she thought her children's innocence was worth $500. She was strapped for money, and she accepted the payment, and he wasn't prosecuted. That left him open to do it to other children. And the fact of the matter is, one of the things that makes me upset, and is very triggering for me, because even as a teenager, I remember older guys in the neighborhood that would have alcohol and have weed and stuff like that, and you could go hooky over their house. Black people kill me acting like it's something foreign for men to be preying on younger women. Because they don't, not women, younger women, but girls. They do it all the time. It's not something that's foreign. And the first thing that they do is say, well, they gave it up voluntarily. You don't know what that 14-year-old is going through.
Right.
I've seen that happen when in instances of, what about, you got 14-year-old runaways?
Right. Yeah.
They're the adult in the situation. That's like if you're a grown-ass woman and a 14-year-old child comes on to you, it's not okay because he comes on to you, or because just like you got all of these school teachers. It doesn't matter whether the child comes on to you. The fact of the matter is, it's still a fucking child. You as a grown-ass man or woman should not be attracted to a child in any shape, form, or fashion sexually. You should not be getting aroused when you see a child.
Facts.
I don't care what the gender is.
So I think we're touching the core of this sexual abuse as a child, a teenager, and then into adulthood. I think this show clearly points out the blueprint of what makes a person a rapist, an abuser, and it's really sad. And it also touches on why people are either bisexual or just gay, because they are being coerced to accept this lifestyle, and it doesn't help when they do get a chance to tell their family members or family or someone close in the family that they trust. Their trust is ruined.
Powerful. Oh my God, y'all, it's powerful. Y'all got me over here in my emotions. Afua Rose, I'm sorry. Thanks for your patience. And then
No
we got
worries.
Boogie.
Hi, how you doing, guys?
Hi, how are you?
How are you?
Hi.
I'm well. I'm listening in from London.
Peace, everybody. Okay.
Hiya. It's my first time listening in. A friend of mine just sent me the link, and I'm really, really encouraged by this conversation, and the participation is what struck me as well. I'm a survivor of abuse, of sexual abuse myself. I also run a campaign called the His Time Is Up campaign in London. And it's been gaining a lot of momentum, but it's a very different kind of landscape in London. I see all you guys here really talking quite openly. And for us, it's, Black women are repressed in that regard. Survivors are repressed in London. People speak in silos, in secret. what my campaign does is we name and shame the predators in our community. And I picked up on what the other sister was saying about it's a universal problem. It's a problem of mankind, and it's certainly on the increase. That is so true. But I think one of the reasons that I focus on the Black community is that for so long it's been so hidden in our communities here. And the enablement is just epidemic. You know, mainly the women who vanguard these perpetrators and these predators and pedophiles, and a lot of victim blaming goes on. So I started the platform because we had a character who's had a 40-year reign of terror in the Black community, has reportedly 80 children in a particular part of London, 80, all born to his childhood victims, children who were 11, 12 years old at the time. The authorities did nothing about it. The police didn't care. Social services didn't care that all these young children were turning up pregnant on their patch. And I just had enough of him. So I did a video while living in Tanzania. And we raised a march through the heart of the Black community in a place called Brixton in London. I don't know if anyone's familiar with it. It's kind of like the Harlem of London, you know? And yeah, it's we've got our second march coming up this year as well. But
you said 80 children. Like, can you leave some information? Can you put some? I'm sorry to cut you off, sis. I'm sorry, but
no, I'm sorry. The sis from the UK, even though I don't know, I'm sorry. I'm just salute to Suge, Cookie, everybody on the panel.
Hey, Mina.
Okay? For
hey,
me,
Mina.
this.
Hey, Mina.
Listen, this sister is right. Okay, this sister is right. When it comes to these pedophiles are everywhere. For me, I'm happy today because y'all having this discussion. You know, I'm always talking about why nobody ain't talking about it. But the fact that this dialogue, this panel is a healthy dialogue regarding this, these pedophiles is everywhere. And these people that you look up to and things like that. For me, we Team Suge. I'm Team Suge. At the end of the day, when that narrative, that false narrative about him being, for me, you don't label nobody a pedophile. Because you can label somebody a thief, niggas will overlook that. A crackhead, you got a crackhead in your family, you got a thief in your family, you got a con artist in your family, you got a drunk in your family. It's all excuse. They don't come to the crib on holidays, but it is 800,000 children missing in this country alone, and 8 million worldwide, underground. Okay, these pedophiles are everywhere. These people that you be tagging videos and looking up to, these so-called celebrities, quotation marks, they're not celebrating but nothing but you're lining you up, leading you to the slaughter. These children, the shit that I have reported and come across, okay? I don't play that pedophile shit, period. But the fact that this panel is a powerful panel. I'm not jumping up cloud chasing. I don't do that. But I am proud and happy that y'all having this discussion, even though I've been saying why everybody having this discussion. But the fact that y'all having it now, Cookie, I salute you because you be articulately breaking down. Even though you do what you do, okay, you own that shit. But you, like I said, I was dropping hints. You articulately, you are the observer. You articulately break the breakdown, not off of emotion. These people act off emotion. But again, these pedophiles are everywhere. They everywhere. They all on RICO indictments and charges for child trafficking. These
listen, they still haven't addressed the fact that Epstein was associated with some of the royal family. Now,
listen, Jeffrey.
She enlightened me because I'm a true crime lover, so I watch a lot of Emma Kinney is on YouTube now. So I'm thinking that the UK was advanced because when they have their true crime stories, they are so in depth, especially when it involves sexual assault or domestic violence. So you would think on the surface, it's not actually until you talk to a person that's actually in the country that you realize that it's not that way.
Right. The blood of these children, human trafficking and organ harvesting is a part of it. But the core of the world's finance.
Hold up, Mina, hold on.
Hello?
Say something now.
I'm good. You can hear me?
No, you're buzzing again. So drop off and come right back up, please.
Yeah, I just wanted to make the point, though, that the British royal family have got a long history of paedophilia. In fact, it's part of their culture. You know, that's not a shock to any of us over here. They've definitely got a long history of paedophilia. But also I think that what, you know, when somebody just said that we're advanced, we're not in the Black community.
Wow.
In terms of the wider British community, the white British community, yeah, you know, people talk about it. Excuse me, they have lots and lots of services and lots of places to go to have a voice. As Black British women who, you know, mainly hail from the Caribbean, is our heritage, and Africa, obviously, we don't have that voice. And it's only just being done now. We're only starting to emerge now with that voice. But the level of backlash that comes from Black British men in the community and other female enablers is really quite something. I've had death threats. You know, the women that speak out will never show their faces, or perhaps they sit in the background while I tell the story. So I've kind of offered myself up, if you like, to be able to give Black women that voice. But we don't have that level of participation here. You know, I do a YouTube live every Friday, and I would never have so many people on sharing their experiences. They'll do that in private. And that's, I think, the challenge for us. And that's what's so inspiring about Uncle Sug's thing, you know, this thing that I've just come across now, which I will be watching again. It's so inspiring to see the level of openness and participation. But I do wonder, because you guys are over in the US, we're all part of the diaspora, obviously, from Africa originally, but we've all had the experience of slavery and living in the white man's land. What is it that is going on with us as Black people? Why it's reaching fever pitch in terms of intergenerational abuse, paedophilia? It seems to be on the rise, and we all seem to have the same problem. Somebody mentioned fathers, brothers, cousins. It's the same thing. I think for us, it's that we've never spoken about it in 80 years of being in Britain. We've never spoken about it up until this point. This is why it's such a massive deal over here at the moment. But I think
it's the same thing here.
Really?
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
That it
I
has
have
been going
the
on
perception
forever
that you
without
guys
the awareness.
Right.
Without the, put it this way, without the awareness and without the victims coming out and speaking out against it. It's the same thing with domestic violence. Like they talk about domestic violence, but they didn't care about domestic violence until Nicole Brown Smith was murdered. Then domestic violence, from that point forward, all of the laws changed, because you're talking about two Caucasian people that were murdered, that in my opinion were murdered by O.J. Simpson. So then all of a sudden they came up with these laws. You know, as time progressed, they got laws passed. It was more attention on it before there, but it doesn't mean that it wasn't going on. It's been going on. We've all heard that phrase, what happened in this house stays in this house. It was almost as if Black women were conditioned to not disclose when things like that happen, because it's inculcated in your mind that you have to protect the men, and that if you say something about your victimization, consequence could come to the men. So you're actually trained to think about their well-being before you do your own.
Thank you so much. And real quick, y'all, if y'all got thoughts behind that, don't lose them. I asked Faith Factor to come up. She came in the chat at a real odd time. But Faith, how you doing, dear? I seen that you had first that comment you had put, if you had anything to say to that. But I had saw I heard some of your interview with the dude that Danini played. So I just kind of wanted to know, what did you get out of interviewing him? What did you get out of him coming on your show, or your show? Because I didn't get to see it.
And you can't blame somebody or assume because somebody has a rapport or a bond with somebody that they privy to certain information. That I don't like at the end of the day. That's what I'm
okay. Well, I gotta go after a while, so I just want to real quick answer the questions. But when I interviewed Rude, I basically was doing what everybody else is doing, trying to sort through and figure out what's going on, because I rock with Rude for a number of years. And when I found out that these allegations, of course, it was like troubling and disappointing. And of course, I didn't want to believe it at first. But here's the thing. Looking at that website and doing the research on that website, the website is legit. It's a website that pretty much specializes in sexual abuse victims and putting out information that are in people's profiles that have done these things, these crimes against children. and they have pertinent access to information that you and I do not have access to.
Right, that's military clearance. It's called the crime against humanity. Trump
Fact.
signed executive order for anything involving human trafficking to stop it. Stop human trafficking. At the end of the day, okay?
Hold up, Amelia. I want her to finish about old boy.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Hold on, please.
Okay, but yeah, when Rude came up on the panel, you know, he started talking about, you know, what happened, and he kept denying that, you know, the information on the website was legit at first. And then out of nowhere, you know, as I kept probing and asking him questions, someone in the chat room said, well, did someone, you know, pin it on you? Did you take the fall for somebody? And then CK repeated what he saw, what he was reading in the chat room. And so it was at that moment that Rudemp said, yeah, I, you know, took the fall for somebody. And it seemed a little convenient for me. So at this point in time, I still don't know. I'm not saying he did anything, but my personal belief is there's still some lies and half truths being told. And see, I'm the type of person, you can't just tell me a story and then expect me to believe it. Now, it'd be one thing if you told the story after you did everything to clear your name. Then I can believe you and you got your redemption. But you can't just tell me a story and then I'm supposed to be like, well, that's what it is. All right, y'all, let's go. Nothing to see. He ain't no pedophile.